Góðan daginn and welcome to the Project Pal. My name is Gunnhildur, I'm an Icelander, live in Iceland, and this is my podcast, vlog, chat type of thing where that was a bird, where I talk mainly about yarn, about knitting, crocheting, anything fiber related because it's interesting. But I also talk quite a bit about the weather and apparently Iceland in general because I'm really proud of my country. Honestly, the older I get, the more happy I am that I live where I live, and everything considered. I mean, there's volcanoes and earthquakes and avalanches and mudslides and melt floods and all sorts of natural things on top of humanity. The older I get, the happier I am that I live here, which is just... it's a strange evolution. But anyway, actually talking about the weather, the past weeks we've had like, I want to say a minor heat wave, like the remainder of February and the very beginning of March, like the first day of March, warm. We've been... my eye is doing that thing again. As soon as I start speaking to the camera, my right eye keeps doing this weepy thing, and I don't know why it does that. Anywho, yeah, so we've been at like +3 up to plus, I think one day went up to +13 Celsius. It's not a record number for February in my area. The record was actually broken in a few years ago, and this place called Dalatanga, that was in February, and I know that they reached like +20. Meanwhile, not Wales. I can speak. Meanwhile, in Reykjavik at the same time, I think they were like around the freezing point, so don't know why I brought this up. But yeah, it's been really warm in my part of the country. Most of the island actually, but like my part has been having a really nice time of it. So the fact that when I woke up this morning and drew the curtains and everything is white, I'm like, oh yeah, we're still in winter. But technically speaking, we are in spring. If I go... so I found that there are two systems here in Iceland. One is to go by the 3x3x3x3 seasons, which is a very human way of looking at things, like putting things into very, very narrow little boxes. And by that little system, that means that December, January and February are winter months. March, April and May are spring. June, July and August are summer. September, October and November are autumn or fall. However, there is another system by... well, actually there's three. There's another system that the Icelandic Meteorology Office... one of these days I'm going to manage to pronounce that word without hiccuping. They have a slightly different like system, which is based on heat. And the medium, is that the word? The average warmth, or I think that's the word, yeah. The average like high or low centigrades. And by their account, I actually wrote it down. Then that means that December, January, February and March are winter. April, May is spring. June, July, August and September are summer. October, November are fall or autumn. And I mean, they are smart people who are, working at the meteorology office, and I am inclined to trust their judgment because they know what they're talking about. But on a personal, oh, the sun went away. Oh, back behind these snow curtains. But on a personal note, I want to start using my spring pack in the front of these videos. So yeah, this should be the first video of the year where I have something spring to open the video, because I'm kind of getting tired of the winter opening. But yeah, oh, the sun has gone. I mean, she's still there. So yeah, chaos reigns in my brain. What was this thing? Oh yeah, right. There's a very proud moment for me. So the cardigan that I've been working on, I managed to finish. I finished the last Sunday actually. Got all the parts finished and done. I still have to weave in the ends. It's been a week and I still haven't attached the buttons. And I'm gonna eat my words. Because at the end of the pattern, for some reason, like I'm pretty sure that I read the pattern back and forth. Bro, we know how my brain is. I can read a sentence and then realize that I haven't read the remainder of the sentence because I simply didn't see it. So this, I mean, look at how it turned out. It's so pretty. Like this color combination in the Horizon, Hobbies Horizon. This color, it turned out so beautiful. It's gorgeous. I am gonna say I've been spoiled by the Drops yarns, because I have not worked with a single skein or cake of the Horizon that doesn't have at least one knot. Generally at the end. It's either one. I have one here. A ball of leftover yarn that's sitting in a basket over there that has 2 knots in it because I had already cut the third out. So I've been spoiled by Drops yarn because they so very rarely have a knot. But apart from that, I need to eat my words because you may notice that the edging here is a little different colored, and that's because kind feather is actually used for the edging as well as attaching the buttons. You don't need to do the buttons, but if you want to, and I do want to, when I get to it, I want to have the buttons to at least have the option to like close it up a little bit. But yeah, I am so very happy with it. I finished it. It's nice, it's pretty, and it's really spring color. So yeah, need to get the ends woven in and attach the buttons. And here's the thing, it's just the last things, and that's where I always stop. I always stop, no matter what I'm working on, whether it's a painting, like 10 years ago, I haven't really touched the paintbrush. I really should do that, it's fun. Whether it's painting, writing a story, reading a book, I know, and knitting or crocheting, no matter what I'm doing, when it comes to the very end of actually finishing the thing, I tend to stop. Don't really know why, but there we are. That's something that I am consciously trying to work on. She's holding this up. But yeah. So with the Horizon Granny Square cardigan, I did buy 4 of these. and I have this much left and this much of the third. So honestly, I could have made like bigger, but I didn't need bigger. But again, I really like the pattern, and so I immediately started on another one with the ice yarns. I showed you last week, I think. Come on. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. It worked. This that I bought years and years ago, Angora Elite Brown Shades Cream. It's really soft, okay? And because I'm still using the 5mm crochet hook, that's this soft. I want to say rosewood. I really want to say rosewood. It's really soft and nice to work with. It's got this type of head, and it's really nice to work with this yarn because it's really fuzzy. It has a really nice like halo. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really fuzzy, and because I'm using a 5mm when it's I mean, it's fairly fine. It's not like super fine, obviously, but fairly fine. So I'm getting this really light and pleasant type of fabric, and I'm really loving the colors. Oh, they turn out really nice on the camera. Oh, that's lovely. And the thing is that I haven't told her, but I'm kind of aiming to make this one a little bigger than the Horizon one, because I kind of want to give this to my mother. So yeah, mainly because she's the one who kind of suggested that I do this, use this yarn. Well, not this yarn exactly, but she was talking about this. It's kind of funny because she didn't see the original, like the picture in the pattern. The picture in the pattern is in this absolutely gorgeous shades of brown, creams and whites, and just gorgeous. And she didn't see that picture, but she immediately, as soon as she saw this, she started talking about how it would look so lovely in brown shades, which is kind of funny. Because she detests clothing that is in the brown shades and grays, because when she was a child, those were the only colors that she was allowed to wear. So ever since then, as she's in her 80s now, she just detests clothing in that color because understandable. So the fact that she really likes this, I really want to make this cardigan for her. So it's gonna be something like light and warm, something that she can throw on when she gets like chills, and in something that she generally detests, but because it's this, she can accept it. So, you know, I really hope that it works out so that she can, I know, just cheer up a little bit. But yeah, I found another crochet pattern that I'm a little bit addicted to, because not only do I have this yarn, I also have more yarn over there, which I do believe is an Angora. Is this Angora as well? Yeah. I got more Angora that I would like to see if I can make another cardigan that's like light. And that's in kind of like this type of color, but more like oranges. So that would be a side project. I have a lot of side projects. And sometimes I just take a little time away from them so that I can find, I mean, not exactly the drive or inspiration, but sometimes they're just the time that I want to start working on something else. For example, I started this on Thursday night's knit night, did a cast on all that. It's the Dinka this year pattern, and this original pattern, it has Patagonia by the company Lanagato, Still cannot remember what that, I think it's a cotton blend. But I am using Drops Air in this gorgeous, gorgeous green color. It is color 42. So I did the cast on, and then I found out because you actually need like 10 stitch markers. You need 8 because you start from the collar and down and you do like this lashka. I have no idea if that's what you call it in English, but that's the word I'm gonna use, so sorry. But yeah, you need 8 to basically mark where you do the increases. And then you need 2 to mark off where the pattern on the front is, because you start that straight away. So this is what my current project looks like. It is covered in stitch markers. And I actually had to buy more of these hanging ones. I bought these 2 like last Thursday. Really cute. Because I wanted to follow the pattern of when I'm marking off the increases, I want to have these hanging ones because I'm using these to mark off the pattern. So yeah, it's really turning out so lofty, I want to say. I think that with Drops Air, they recommend like 5mm crochet hooks and knit needles. This pattern you knit on 7 and 8mm. So you end up with this, I mean, it's gonna be so light and fluffy. It's gonna be real nice. And so far I have not managed to mess up the increases or the pattern. We'll see. I might very well just mess it up at some point. But like, so far, I've only just started, but like, it's been working. It's been, you know, it hasn't been a huge like catastrophe. But another thing with this pattern is that at some point in the body, I will need to do like these short rounds in order to like, I think, pull back with the pattern, because it's this gorgeous like wavy pattern which I absolutely love. I love patterns that have that in them. But because the waves, they do tend to like pull, I think that the short rounds are to like pull back or work against it so that your sweater doesn't end up like shaped weird. And that will be the first time that I do short rounds, so I'm actually excited about learning to do that. And also like, hey Macarena. And then is there? There may be a slight avalanche of stuff right now because I managed to stick the yarn, and I'm gonna show you under stuff. So yes. Ah. This one. This is the Hobbeam. Winter Glow? I think it's called Winter Glow. So again, I'm going to be starting on this one soonish. I was gonna start last week, only to realize this pattern, the pants that I want to be making, like, is gonna be hilarious. Like, the fact that it's crocheted pants. I never crocheted pants before, but because the pattern has like both sides have this open flower pattern just down from your hips or your waist all the way down is gonna be very, very interesting. But yeah, I was gonna start last week only to realize that this pattern calls for 3.5mm crochet hook, and I can't find the one that I have. It's probably somewhere in my piles upon piles of projects, but couldn't find it. So I had a legitimate reason to go and ask at my little local store if they had any, and they had one. Very interesting one. So this is at the 3.5. I mean, it's got this type of head, so it's very different from the other one. I don't think that I have a particular preference for crochet hook heads. I think I'm actually falling in love with the other one because it has like, these ones, because the groove is like deeper, and I think I like that a little better. Excuse me. But I can definitely work with this type of head. But also, the shape of the handle, it's really, really interesting. It's like, it's soft, it really lies well in the hand. Feels like you can actually like play with it, so that's always a plus. And yeah, so I will obviously figure out how it is to use it by using it. So the yarn we'll be working with is this Winter Glow. Now, one thing again with this is that I was trying to find the end on the outside, couldn't find it, so I decided to stick it on this little fellow of mine and just managed to find the end in the middle. It started with a knot. It started with a knot. And because I started with, pulling out the end to try and figure out how much I was gonna need, it just, after, this is a false opening. Like, it's quite a bit, and then you get a knot. So when you're starting with like casting on, your cast on would have a knot in the very beginning. That's not nice. On the other hand, on the plus side, this will be an assistant yarn, probably in the shredder, because I'm gonna need that for the part with the sleeves. So let's look at the positives. But yeah, so actually I'm also trying to use it like pulling the middle when you have it on a stick like this. It's really interesting. But yeah, now I'm really curious to figure out if how it is to use it. Oh, okay. I kind of feel like the head here is a little rough. Like it is rough. It's just not a feeling. It's probably just because it's never been used, so it has something like on it. I don't know. I haven't used it enough to dislike it. It makes a sound. I mean, I'm still gonna use it because it's the only one that I have. And hopefully, maybe I should wash it. See if that helps. But at least I have the crochet hook, and it's gonna be really interesting to learn how to use it. But yeah, so that is where I'm at right now. I've finished the cardigan. I'm so happy with it. I've started another one because why not? I've found out a pattern that I like, and we know what I'm like when I find patterns that I like. I tend to repeat them. Well, I'm in the mood to do so because, hey, let's use the momentum while we can. But also because when I have this option of perhaps making something for someone that I love, like my mother, and it's something that is so big, like her talking about the colors that she generally does not like for a very good and valid reason. It's just, I really want to make something for her. That's like this yarn. It's Angora wool and premium acrylic. Label if you're interested. It's really soft, it's fluffy. The fabric is gonna be so nice and light. It's gonna be something that she can hopefully just throw on when she needs to go somewhere. And plus it's not difficult to make because it's just it's double crochet, it's chain stitch, it's, you know, the very simplest basic stitches. At one point in, or actually you two points, you make a treble stitch, and that's only where are you? It's over here, right at the corner flaps. Twice. You do it, you know, there are 2 treble crochets in this entire thing. Otherwise it's just double. And that's it. You do these like clusters. That's all. I love it. So yeah, that is what I will be working on. I do need to figure out where I can stash this because this is going to the side for at least a little while. I mean, I'm gonna need to ball this one up. It's gonna go into storage. Not sure about what I'm gonna do with the kind feather, but that's probably gonna go into storage as well because I need to put it away so I can focus on other things to make. Like continuing with this one, get started on the pants, and then my knit night project. But it's nice. It's nice to have something that you can just have for a particular night of the week. Yes, makes sense. But yeah, I've been rambling on for almost half an hour. Yay! And I need to go get something to drink. So I will hopefully wait. What? Did I sleep enough last night? That's what I'm starting to wonder. I'm really like dropping out a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to continue doing stuff. Sorry, I heard one of the neighbor's dogs. You know, considering that in my stairwell there are 3 small dogs, you barely if ever hear them bark. Like the one that is in the apartment on our same stair, just opposite us. You only hear her when she's like grumpy, and if she hears the other dogs. You only hear the dog at the bottom when he's outside and he sees someone walk around. That's because he's a dachshund. He's like a fuzzy hot dog. He's a sausage dog. He's a little barky, but that's because of his, breed. And then there's a small, I think he's a terrier of some kind, and the apartment directly below me, you only hear him, excuse me, if he hears the dog below him. And it's so rare that you hear that one dog bark. It's amazing. But when I hear him, I kind of just stop and realize, oh wait, yeah, there is a dog there. It's wonderful. There are 3 dogs. You barely notice them. But yeah, I'm gonna continue working on probably this one, because I really want to surprise my mom. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed me rambling, because I can always laugh at myself. It's just like, ah. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will hopefully see you again next weekend, and we will see what I managed to finish in the intervening week. Yes. So hopefully see you again next weekend, and I really, really hope that life is as good to you as it can possibly be, and hopefully better. Let's hope that there's no volcanic activity in Iceland in the intervening week, because it is going to happen. We just don't know when. So on that cliffhanger, thank you for watching, and I will see you again next weekend. Okay, take care. Bless, bless.